Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Ramawan coming to you with another lesson. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, I'm going to give all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kodash. I give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone as always, who rule well and continue to teach this word. And always, as always, peace and blessings to the brothers out there that are continuing to do the work. So yeah, man, this is going to be a brief one. So this whole motb business, that is the mark business, is slowly being established behind the scenes, man. While everyone's focusing on social media and going to work, because bills have to be paid, and some people are living their so-called best life. Behind the scenes, Esau's establishing his, or attempting to establish his new world order, man. And one of those major factors in that new world order is the motb, man. The control and monetization, or I don't know if that's a word, so I'll say the monitoring of transactions, man. The governing, he already governs it, because he's, at the moment, he's got you using his fake currencies, his dollars and his pounds that mean nothing. There's no weight behind them. There's no, there's no gold, no silver, there's no natural mineral, there's no natural riches behind his currency, man. So, and he established that move a long time ago, man. Alright? And don't get it twisted. He understands the value of gold and silver quite fully, man. And the majority of people don't really get it. When all is said and done, right, even if things were to get extremely bad, things still have worth, alright? As long as there's things to purchase, these things will have worth. So gold and silver will have worth, man. But he tricked the masses into relinquishing that in order to give you this paper currency, man. And now his next step is to take away that and give you his digital currency, which is just basically numbers in the air, man. Numbers, just numbers. Numbers typed in on the computer screen. Numbers that come up on your bank account, on your smartphone. All right, and in truth, that is already the way. You think someone that has let's say someone has $10 million or pounds. You think their $10 million or pounds is sitting in a bank vault somewhere? Or maybe, let's just say a bit more than that. Let's say 50 million, right? Do you think that 50 million is sitting in a bank vault somewhere? It's all on the screen in numbers, man. It's on a screen in numbers. That doesn't exist. And he's about to do away with all of that, man, in order to control you. He wants full control. He wants full control of your mind, body, and soul, man. And he can't have that. But he's going to try, man. So I want to just read some of this. I don't want to be too long, because it's, we've been there before. But at the end of the day, we're in these times. We're in these times that it's being established, and it's getting closer and closer, man. Closer than people actually think. Being in this truth, you go through stages, man. I remember coming into it and couldn't wait, and still couldn't wait for the end to come, man. But you couldn't see it as much as you can see it now. There's that old saying, shit's about to get real. All right. So far, it's been surreal, because we know it's the truth, but until you see the things being established in front of your eyes, man, it's all surreal. But now it's becoming real. Anyway, So yeah, this is just a European news network on you know on the internet. So I'm just going to get into this real quick just to show you something. So central bank digital currencies. Which countries are using, launching, or piloting CBDCs? The CBDC means the central bank digital currency. The central bank is what Esau and his cronies have been trying to establish all over the world, going into other countries, creating proxy wars, removing leaders and establishing their powers, man. This has been the whole reason why they've been doing that. You think it's just to be in control of the money of that particular country so they can, make money? No, it's to establish a global network of digital currency, man. So the digital currencies have been surging in popularity over the last few years as cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have entered the mainstream and captured millions of people's imagination. And that's the trick, man, because it's not really a thing that the populace has called for. This has been pushed upon the people, all right? First, it started in this country. It started, we couldn't get on the public transport. You used to be able to get on the public transport with cash, man. All right? I remember getting on the bus with, a few coins. Then they brought out the passes. And then eventually they brought out these cards, man, called Oyster cards, where now you can't use money on the bus or on any public transport for that matter. So imagine you and a friend trying to get on somewhere and your friend they've lost their card or they've lost their wallet or whatever. Now, the way these things work is you pay with your card, and once you've paid with your card, you can't use it again. So now that's already put you in a sense, they've already put you under control where you're not even free to pay for someone else to get on these things, man. That's the first step. Then they started doing contactless, making it very simple for people to just tap in and out of places, tap to pay for things, man. It's all about convenience. That's the trick. All right. This was all about the tricks, man. But this isn't a thing, as I was saying, this isn't a thing that the people, the populace has called for, man. It's been pushed upon us. So, a quick note here. So, that what are central bank digital currencies? A CBDC is essentially electronic cash, like traditional fiat currencies. It gives holders a direct claim on the central bank and allows businesses and individuals to make electronic payments to transfers. This is quite self-explanatory. Anyway, what I want to get to quickly, because like I said, it's going to be a short one, and I've been talking a lot, so I wanted to get into some the scriptures, man. It says the history of money is entering a new chapter, says Kristalina Georgieva, Slovakia, IMF managing director, in an address to the Atlantic Council this week. Here's a rundown of countries that have already rolled out their own digital currencies and some of those that are on the cusp of doing so. Countries where CBDCs have been launched. The Bahamas. All right, I'm not going to read all the... I want to get to the names. So Nigeria, Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. So that's what 7 countries involved are: Antigua, Barbuda, the Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Anguilla was the only country in the Union that opted out. So what do you notice about those countries, man? Heavily populated with Jake, man. Because this is all about the destruction of Jake, man. We're talking about the motb here. Forget the dynamics, the technology of it. What it really is that is the hour of temptation. All right. That is approaching. Are you gonna take that mark, man? Are you gonna take it? And at the end of the day, those scriptures only What's the word I'm looking for? They only apply. That's the word I was looking for. They only apply to Jake, man. They only apply to Israel. Because the scriptures are written for Israel, man. Alright? Any Israelite that takes this motb through, alright, you condemned yourself, man. You know? So yeah, man. As you can see, as usual, they're targeting Jake, man. This is what this is all about. This is a battle between Jacob and Esau at the end of the day. Alright, from the very beginning, Genesis, man. The book of Genesis, man. It said countries that are testing CBDCs in pilot projects are Sweden, China, Jamaica, and you know, Jamaica's been corrupt for a very long time, man. Full of riddled with crime. You got Moabites going over there, running the place. You know, Jake's through, man. Ukraine, what a surprise there, eh? What a surprise. Countries where CBDCs are in development, India. You know, the US obviously, because it's Babylon, man. This is where all this is coming from anyway, man. Babylon the Great, aka America. Anyway, man, I think that's enough talking. That the point has been made, I believe. So let me just get into the scriptures real quick. I want to get into the standard scriptures, man, that we will know. And if you don't know, you're about to know. All right. You know, side note, sometimes we teach these words, you know, we teach this truth, teach this word, and sometimes you forget that there might be someone that doesn't know anything, you know, a complete babe in this truth, man, or just someone that's curious and wants to know what it's about. So we have to always go back to basics, all right, because you never know who's watching or listening. So yeah, this is the book of Revelation 14 and verse 9. It says, and the third angel followed them with a loud voice, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So a couple of notes I'll make on that is that this is talking to Israel, man. The Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and anyone that is basically from the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. That's the forefathers of Israel, man. This book that we read is only pertains to the Israelites. All right. And it says it'll be poured out without mixture, man. That wrath will be poured out without mixture. It means you're going to get the full wrath of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua, all right? Which you don't want that. All right? And it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. That is talking about that fire, that nuclear fire that is going to occur. All right? That World War III that's going to occur. There is no, you know, that fire and brimstone is not relating to anywhere called hell. All right? It says in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. Do you believe that the angels and Yahweh Shai are going to be in hell? Right? Verse 11 says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. And I kind of jumped the gun there, but I wanted to read that, man, because as I said, they're focused on particular countries, man. They're focused on the entire world, but look where they're trying to establish it heavily first, man. Where a lot of the Jakes are. You know, they didn't say when they noted Nigeria, which is heavily populated with Jakes, man. The majority. Alright, because they're trying to trap you, Jakes, man. They're trying to trap Israelites. Alright? Trying to trap you. I'm going to read this too. So Revelation 20:1 says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years." That's not talking about, that's talking about Esau, man. Alright, the Edomites, they're going into captivity, man, in a big way. Alright, they're the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. The word means deceiver. Alright, the word devil means deceiver. It says, "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and the judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them which were beheaded for the witness of Yahweh, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years." This is the goal, man. This is the end goal. The end goal is to dwell in righteousness, man, and to get there. We have to. The end goal in this side is to refuse that mark. All right, to stand firm. All right, no matter what you're faced with, who do you fear more? Is the question. Esau or the Most High? All right. Esau can only destroy the body, man. He can't destroy the soul. All right. And Yahweh Shem Yahshua has the power to bring all that back. All right. So it's time to really gird up, man. Let me get one more, a couple more actually. To go into. Hopefully this doesn't play one of them stupid ads as it usually does. It wasn't too bad this time. Yeah, Maccabees, man. What was it for second Maccabees 7? And I'm not going to read all of this, man. But the point, there's a point here. So a second, this is when, Israel's under the rulership of the Greeks, man. After the death of Alexander, and the four generals are running the show. The likes of Antiochus, and they're trying to basically Hellenize our people, man, and get them to do all sorts of wickedness, man, turn against the ways of the Most High. And this is what's happening right now, on a daily basis, man. This devil is trying to show our people, he's got them listening to wicked music, and women are acting up, looking like 403s. Just put that in a calculator, man. You'll know what that means. Turn it upside down, you get the picture. But yeah, man. So they're trying to really destroy our people right now, and that ultimate destruction is compelling them to take this mark. And this was an example of how they already tried it, man. 2 Maccabees 7:1 says, "And it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law, our law, to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. But one of them that spake first said thus, What wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers." Then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of the body, and the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. That's just written in black and white, man. You have to really dwell on the thought of that, what that looks like in your mind, man. That is horrendous, okay? You know, that's horrendous. And not only is it horrendous for the person that it's happening to, but the people that are watching, the family members, right, knowing that they're going to be next if they stand firm. Right, it takes a lot, man. That takes a strong sense of faith, all right, in the Most High to be able to withstand the thought of that, let alone the actual act. Okay, this is why I'm saying, the reason I say that is to say that you actually have to really meditate on these things, man. You know, don't if you haven't seen anything like that, how do you think you're going to react in the time, man? Fear is a powerful thing. So your faith has to be stronger than your fear of what Esau can do. Alright, because they're going to try and do things like this, man. You know, they were going to threaten they're going to want to threaten your family. Alright, they're going to want to threaten your loved ones and you. Test your resolve and your will. You know, are you up for that? Alright. This is serious times ahead, man. Esau ain't going to play, man. That's what Scripture talks about him coming down with great wrath. Because he knows he's had but a short time. So he's about to get serious, man. He's about to get serious. Two more scripts. I always say it's going to be a short one, and it never is. But hey, it's just how the Spirit rolls. Yeah, as I quoted it, Revelation 12:12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil Esau is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." All right, so he's about to get absolutely raw out here. All right, that's why he's, you know, in the UK now they're trying to establish laws against protests and all that stuff, so they can keep you under wraps, man. That's why they're bringing out all these energy bills that people can't afford to pay. They know that, but ultimately they're trying to set you up, man. They're putting you into a position. They're putting your back against the wall. They're putting you into a corner where you have no other choice but to go to the extreme route, and then they can come down on you. All right. Anyway, last one, Revelation. I'm gonna get this because it has to come out. Alright, Revelation 13:11 says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." Two sets of powers, man. Governments. He spake as a dragon with wisdom, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. That first beast is the first Roman Empire, man. We're now in the Neo-Roman Empire, okay? Because everything is exactly the same, just under a different guise. Well, that one was taken down, or it fell, I should say, and this one has been re-established. This is the modern-day Roman Empire, man. Verse 13 says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth." And those great wonders, man, that's those nukes, man. They're gonna obliterate a good portion of this earth. All right, it's a cleansing. and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See, like we read in the second Maccabee 7, same situation, right? Same situation, same scenario. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, if you look at a lot of this technology as well, just to quickly say that they're rolling out with this contactless payment, Amazon, MasterCard, these are all things that scan your face, i.e. your forehead or your right hand, man. I saw an advert about Apple Watches talking about paying with your Apple Watch, right? And as you can see it, you find it on YouTube or just you catch it on television at some point. And they holding up their different people. You can tell they're different people because there's different skin tones. Holding up their right hands, man, showing the watch. It's all on the right hand. They're spelling it out for you. And it's not that they're really spelling it out for you. It's prophecy, man. This is prophecy. They don't even understand the depths of that. They're doing it, not knowing that they're just fulfilling the will. This is the will of the Heavenly Father at the end of the day. All of it. All these things must come to pass. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And people always confuse that, believe it. They're waiting for this Antichrist to rise, like the soul man who's the son of Satan or whatever, the whole Omen movie type shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it's a man, it means Esau, men. All right, not one particular man, men. All right. So yeah, I think that's it. It's coming. It's on its way, so be prepared. That's all I got on that one. So share shalom to the next one.